Hello guys, it is Modest Major here, bringing you the 7th episode of Agree to Disagree, the series in which we pit against one another two of the Halo franchise's major components to see which one comes out on top. Now last week I decided to go with the topic of Halo 4's campaign versus Halo Reach's. It sparked a lot of interesting debate in the comments section, and without further ado I'll go into it. But before I do go into the comment section of the video, I just want to put a quick disclaimer up saying that there's going to be quite a few spoilers in this video, so if you haven't finished either the Halo 4 or the Halo Reach campaign yet, you might not want to check out this video. Without further ado, let's go into the comments. Lee Chavez Music comes in with Reach's campaign, I didn't feel like we knew the Noble team long enough to feel sad when they died, except for Noble 6, and Cat's death was BS. Halo 4, though short, was much more emotionally involving, and I feel more entertaining, so Halo 4 wins for me. Plo Koon 900 comes in with Reach because it gets you really connected with the characters as you watch them all die. There's one of the big spoilers. But then there's also bad missions like the Nightfall and Solace, I think they're called, with nighttime sniping and space combat. Also, Halo Reach's ending was phenomenal, and I was really pleased with it because instead of being the biggest and baddest Spartan ever, you were a normal soldier, kind of like in ODST. I didn't care for 4, and I think it was overrated. Nick Scheffler comes in with, the Halo 4 campaign takes the cake for me. The Reach campaign did many things well, such as having Noble team and a more than solid storyline altogether, but the reasons I have to go with the Halo 4 campaign is the fact that it includes the Master Chief. There is nothing in the Halo series as iconic as the Chief himself, and I feel that Reach's campaign faltered in that aspect. When you think of Halo 4, you think of the Master Chief, not Noble 6. Don MIFC comes in with, Halo Reach's campaign for sure. The Reach campaign was so interesting. It introduced a group of Spartans who were all different and specialised in their own areas, from the badass deaths of Noble 6 and Emil to the honourable deaths of Carter and George. Reach's campaign was full of emotions and had an overall interesting story. However, Halo 4's campaign was disappointing to me. Master Chief said too many words, which completely killed the mystery of his badassness. Part 2. Now, he goes into a little bit of a rant here, so you might want to hold your horses. Not hold your horses. You might want to hold on to your hats, because he goes on a bit of a rant. I'm not sure I necessarily agree with 100% of what he says, and a lot of what he says I don't necessarily have the expertise to either back up or disagree with it. But nonetheless, we do not censor on Agree to Disagree. We are not a fascist nation. So let's go into the second part. Halo 4's campaign had so many plot holes. How the hell did Master Chief survive a bomb he self-detonated? How did Cortana electrocute the Didact? Even though there were some intense bits like the drama with Del Rio, I'm sure everyone can agree Halo 4's campaign was the weakest out of Master Chief's storyline. Michael Lee comes in with, now that is a really hard question. Although the Halo 4 campaign brought back the Master Chief and Cortana, I have to admit that the Halo Reach campaign was one that I enjoyed playing the most. It is true that the Halo 4 campaign introduced new weapons and new enemies, but the storyline in Reach was much better. Overall, I prefer the Halo Reach campaign, but I still think that the Halo 4 campaign was a good one and I enjoyed playing it very much. Neil Batista comes in with, even though Halo 4's campaign introduces new weapons and has awesome graphics, it was a little bit too easy and short. I prefer the campaign of Halo Reach because it introduces a character that isn't Master Chief, and showcases how every single Spartan on Reach sacrificed their lives just so that Master Chief could leave Reach and save the whole universe. I think. Haha, lol. In Halo Combat Evolved, Halo 2, Halo 3, and Halo 4. So, I got a lot of interesting responses from you guys, and I was kind of expecting Halo 4 to win the vote when I first started doing this commentary. I wasn't expecting it to be such a close fought thing, and I definitely wasn't expecting Reach to win it. But Reach managed to pull ahead with 11 votes, and Halo 4 had 10 votes, so it was probably the closest Agree to Disagree. Well, it definitely was the closest Agree to Disagree to date. So you guys have made history. Congratulations. Whoa. Pat yourself on the back. So I'm patting myself on the back right now. We've done well, guys. So, yeah, there were a lot of interesting arguments for both sides. I would have to go with Halo Reach myself as well. Halo Reach is just a game that I felt like had a lot more charisma, a lot more energy to the game. I felt more connected to the characters in this campaign than the Master Chief. I think the reason I didn't feel as connected to the Master Chief this time around, because I have to say that I enjoyed Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3 campaigns more than both the Halo Reach and Halo 4 ones. I mean, maybe not the Halo 3. The Halo 3 campaign, I only really enjoyed the Warthog run at the end, to be honest. Like, that was my favourite part. And, you know, certain scenes with the Arbiter, but overall I didn't really necessarily enjoy the campaign as much as Reach and 4. The reason I didn't enjoy 4 this time around was because I feel like they got a lot. They took away a lot of the mystery around the Master Chief. I felt like one of the best things about being the Master Chief was that you kind of could put yourself in his shoes, because there was no appearance for Master Chief. It was a first-person shooter. You didn't know what he looked like. You didn't know very much about him. So you could fill in a lot of the characteristics of himself, and you could make him who you wanted to be. You could feel like you were the Master Chief, or you could just make him the character that you wanted him to be, or imagine him as. There was a lot of room for imagination. Whereas I felt like the more depth they gave to him, the less intriguing characteristics he had. That's just my opinion. I really didn't like when they gave away what he looked like as well. Another thing I didn't enjoy in the Halo 4 campaign is the Diadact. The Diadact started off as what I thought was going to be one of the coolest bad guys ever. His opening speech about the threat of humanity was amazing. It was really well written, very well delivered, and I almost got like tingling spine from that whole speech. But as it went on, the Diadact was really not as well fleshed out as I would have liked him to be, and the fact that he died in a quick time event was very, very disappointing. The ending to Halo Reach wasn't necessarily well received across the board, but I felt like it kind of captured. I felt like it needed to be done almost, the ending to Reach. They needed to capture the feeling of hopelessness of Reach. The fall of Reach was not meant to be a pleasant thing, and it was not meant to be easy. It wasn't meant to be an easy going battle or anything like that. They were meant to lose, and I felt like they did a good job of making that seem like it was true. That's just my opinion. I haven't necessarily elaborated as much on my opinions as I would have liked to, but I hope you guys can see where I'm coming from at least. Without further ado, I want to go into the next week's episode of Agree to Disagree, the topic that's going to take place there. And that is armor abilities. Halo 4 armor abilities, that is. Regeneration versus Thruster Pack. I think this one will be a really interesting one. I think you guys might already have an idea which one I'm going to pick. Maybe I'll try out the Thruster Pack a little bit more to see if I can come up with a few more arguments, but I'm probably going to go for Regen. You never know. You never know. You could wait and find out that I've just done a complete 180 and I suddenly love the Thruster Pack, but I personally don't see that happening. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this commentary. I have been Modest Major, and I look forward to speaking to you guys next week. Peace out.